So today, we're going to dive into the life of Luang Pu Khai of Wat Choeng Len. He was a truly revered monk whose story is this incredible mix of intense discipline, deep compassion, and, well, events that seem to defy all explanation. His journey really makes you rethink what's possible when the mind is truly deeply at peace. Let's get into it.
Now, this isn't just some random riddle. It's a real moment from his life. So what does happen when a monk who's just trying to find enlightenment ends up sharing a cave with tigers? Believe it or not, that question is right at the heart of Luang Pu Khai's entire story.
His story really begins with an unbelievable 15 years spent out in the wild. This was a time that forged his spirit through some incredible tests of faith and pure endurance. 15 years. Just let that sink in for a moment. We're talking from 1886 all the way to 1901. Luang Pu Khai lived as a wandering ascetic, traveling through the wilderness, all on foot. He wasn't looking for comfort. He was searching for clarity.
So, what did he do during all that time? Well, for 6 of those years, get this, he meditated in a cave in Kanchanaburi. And this is where the story gets wild, because it's said that tigers would actually come and just lie peacefully around him while he meditated. But his practice wasn't only about being alone. He also used his knowledge of herbal medicine to heal sick villagers, which built him this amazing reputation for kindness.
So how did he do it? I mean, this wasn't some kind of magic trick. It was believed to come from 2 things: metta, which is this idea of a boundless, unconditional loving kindness, and the incredible mental power he developed through years of meditation. It's like his inner peace was so strong it just projected outwards, calming everything around him.
Okay, so after his long pilgrimage, Luang Pu Khai arrives in Bangkok. You'd think he'd want a comfortable spot in a temple, right? Nope. Instead, he chose a very different path, a solitary one, deciding to live in a city cemetery at Wat Choeng Len. This slide really shows you just how radical his choice was. See, most monks live in community quarters, right? But Luang Pu Khai, he chose the Kuti Pacha, which translates to the cemetery quarters. This was literally the secluded area used for storing corpses. For a master of meditation, though, it was the absolute perfect environment for contemplating impermanence, which is a really core Buddhist practice. Now, you'd think a monk who chooses to live in a cemetery would completely withdraw from the world, but Luang Pu Khai's story is just full of surprises. This next part, Charisma and Creation, shows how his solitude actually led to this incredible legacy of building for the entire community. His time at Wat Choeng Len was unbelievably productive. He wasn't just meditating, he was building. He repaired statues, he built new living quarters for other monks, and even constructed roads and ponds for the local people. He also took on the painstaking work of inscribing the entire Buddhist scripture onto palm leaves by hand. So his solitude wasn't an escape, it was a source of really focused, powerful energy.
But maybe the most profound part of his whole story is how he faced the end of his life. And this brings us to returning to stillness, the final moments of a life that was just defined by mindfulness.
Before we see what happened, it's really important to understand this concept. Passing away in meditation isn't just about dying peacefully. It refers to a state that only the most advanced practitioners can achieve, where they consciously and calmly enter a deep meditative state at the moment of death, remaining fully aware and in control. It's considered the ultimate testament to a lifetime of practice.
And this is exactly how he departed on January 16, 1932. He used his incredible mental power to overcome the pain of his illness and asked his disciples to help him into a seated meditation posture. After ordering incense to be lit, he just closed his eyes and entered this profound state of meditation. About 15 minutes later, still sitting perfectly upright, he passed away. But the story doesn't quite end there. Over a year later, on the actual day of his cremation, one final, unbelievable event took place that would cement his legend forever. So it's April 23, 1933. As his body was being moved to the funeral pyre, something extraordinary happened. People who were there reported that the ground within the temple began to shake. A small, localized earthquake happened right at that moment. For the thousands of disciples who were gathered, it was just this astonishing, powerful sign, a final farewell from their beloved teacher.
So what can we possibly learn from a life so extraordinary? Well, that brings us to our final section, the takeaway. His legacy of perseverance and peace. When you just step back and look at his entire journey, from meditating with tigers to choosing a home in a cemetery to calmly meeting his own death,
there's one constant thread through it all. His life was an unwavering testament to the power of inner discipline to create this profound peace and strength, a power that really lies within all of us.
Which leaves us with a final thought to think about. In a world that is constantly moving, constantly demanding our attention, what does the story of Luang Pu Khai, a man who could calm tigers and shake the earth with his passing, what does it truly tell us about the hidden power of stillness?